So what is the best projector to use in your art practice for things like scaling up your work, video installations, murals, street art, whatever you want to? That is what we're going to talk about today, and we're going to do that by talking about this one right here, the AAXA P6U. So this is an upgrade that I got from my last one, the M7. It is about $350, so super affordable for what it can provide, and it runs off of battery. So it runs for about 6 hours on that eco mode that it has, and then 3 hours on the standard mode. So it's small, portable, and it lasts a long time. So that's why I got it, and why I'm going to talk about a lot of the features, why I think it's a great projector for artists to use. So one of the first things that I want to talk about are the specs for this projector. It's a 4K projector, so it does 4K 30 frames per second, so great for video work if you're doing video in your installations. It's small, compact. It's about 5.25 inches by 5.75 inches by 3 inches, so small enough. It weighs just under 3 pounds, so it's small and light. So this is something you can travel with, throw in your backpack or luggage, and it has a little sort of carrying sort of handle as well, so that's really cool. But this one has a throw ratio of about 1.2 to 1, so about 1 to 1. So you're going to have to stand back 10 feet if you want that diagonal from the top left corner to the bottom right corner to be about 10 feet as well. So that's what throw ratio is, how wide is the image that it's projecting, and how far back you have to sort of place the projector to get that desired width. And one of the most important specs is that it can run on battery and still have about 1100 lumens in the brightness. On eco mode it goes down to about 500 lumens, and it has a boost mode as well, so you can kind of get a little bit brighter. And that is something that I think a lot of artists really want, so that you're able to do projections in sometimes the middle of the day indoors. So you do have to have a little bit of darkness, but it doesn't have to be too dark for this to actually be effective. And the build of this is super sturdy, so I feel like it can be really durable. When you're looking on the actual projector, what you can see is all the inputs. So it has a TF card, so micro SD card, HDMI for all the old school people who want to sort of plug into it manually, or the USB 2.0 for us older folks that have a sort of thumb drive. And then you have a USB-C mirror, so if you want to mirror your phone, your Android, you can sort of connect those devices and mirror the screens onto the projector. It has a headphone and an AV jack, and it has another USB-C type input for the charging. And then it has a manual focus ring. This is how you're going to focus manually, because you can't do it digitally. And the focus is super sturdy, so it's not going to sort of move if anything bumps into it. And then it has the on, off, and BT switch. The BT stands for Bluetooth, so you're able to use this as a Bluetooth speaker. So it has a 5-watt speaker in the back and a 1-watt speaker on the side, and it gets really great sound when I was testing it out. On the top you'll see the navigation buttons right here. From the previous projector that I had from AAXA, the M7, it was a capacitive sensor, so you couldn't feel yourself pressing down on the button, but this one you can feel yourself pressing down on the button and it makes that click. So I like this a lot better. You have the LED light on the top right here. The lights on the side of this projector light up in different colors. I probably won't use that, but it's a feature that it just has. It has the 1/4-inch screws on the bottom, in the middle, on the sides, and then one in front on the right side as well. So you're able to put a base plate on this and connect it to a tripod, and that is basically the outside design of this projector. Now let's actually hook it up and test it out. So one of the first things that I did was make sure that I did this in the middle of the day, so that you can kind of see how bright this is. So I didn't have to sort of put a curtain over my window. And booting it up, it takes about 30 seconds to boot up everything, and once you have it boot up, you can go to the different sections. But the first thing is setting up that Wi-Fi, because this recognizes 5G networks and not just that 2.4G. This can see all the different networks, so it's easy to set up on your Wi-Fi. It has a Files app, so you're able to upload photos, videos, music, different documents, and it has about 3.5 gigabytes of storage, so you're able to actually upload all those files that you need So for example, if you have an installation and you have video, you don't have to sort of connect to YouTube or anything. You can actually have that video stored on that projector. Or if you're trying to scale up artwork in a different state or a location you have to travel to, you don't have to worry about always bringing that hard drive or connecting your computer to the projector. You can actually have your design already set up in the projector and just having it ready for you. And when we scroll over to the Inputs app, you can see that there's the HDMI option, the AV option, and the USB Type-C option. So I know Android had this for a while, but now that Apple has it, I'm able to just hook up my iPhone 15 to the USB-C link and then basically mirror my phone onto the screen, and when I play the videos, even the audio works as well, so that's really cool. And if you don't have a cord, you can just scroll over to the mirroring app and see that there's the Android, the iPhone, and the Type-C mirroring option. So that option basically allows you to sort of just use your phone to mirror it on the network. So rather than having that USB Type-C cord tied to it, you can just do it through the network and basically make it as seamless and as cordless as possible. And it does the video and it plays the sound. It lags just a little bit, but it's not too noticeable if you're just playing, like a video installation of your work. The next thing I want to show you is the apps store. So there's a ton of apps, and the one that you'll use the most is the file manager. That is a way of uploading and seeing all your different files. So it gives you a QR code to scan, and then on your phone you're able to upload different images from your phone to that server and basically to the projector. So that's how I've been sort of putting all my images and videos onto this projector, and with that fast network you're able to do that really fast. And then other apps they have in that store, you're able to see that there's a ton of different options that you can have to download onto that projector. So everything from different browsing apps to different office management apps to different things like Dropbox at the bottom right here. So if you have a Dropbox account with all your images and artwork and video stuff, you're able to tie that to that projector because, like I said, it's on the network. And now when we head over to the settings or the options for the brightness, you can see that there's 3 different modes. The eco mode has 500 lumens. That's the least brightest, but it gets about 6 hours out of the projector. Standard mode is about 3 hours of battery life, and it has about 1100 lumens, and you get the boost, which is a little bit brighter, but it'll probably be a lot less than 3 hours of battery life. And then when you go to things like keystoning, you can see that it's a little bit more difficult to keystone this thing. It's not sort of easy to move the different corners around, but it's easy to keystone, but it just takes a while because you have to do it incrementally. So that is me just in the time lapse moving things around. So that is the one I would say con about this projector, is that it's a little bit more difficult when it comes to getting that perfect picture lined up vertically and horizontally. It's just super painful to actually get those corners to where you want it to be. And then you have the option in this directional projection to flip the screen if you're sort of projecting on like a window where the person looking at it needs to sort of read it in the correct way because it's being projected on a window. So you're able to do all of that on this option right here. And lastly, you can use this as a Bluetooth speaker. You listen to the audio right here. So if you're an audio artist or a video artist that wants to add audio to it, this is a great option. And you can kind of see the brightness did go down. I noticed that when you're low on battery, it will sort of automatically go from boost mode and standard mode to that eco mode. So that's why the brightness is down. I also did another time lapse of, just seeing the sun going down and how bright it can get. But you can kind of see right here, it does it again because it was on low battery, because I've been using it all day to try to do this review video. And apologies for the graininess of this video. My camera does not do well in low light, but in person, this image is really good. and I tried this in the hallway just to see what it would do in tight spaces, and it worked out really well. From wall to wall, it's about 8.5 feet, so it really got a nice size projection on the other side of the wall. So if you're working in a tight space like a hallway, it will do a decent job of scaling your artwork up. One cool thing is that my friends borrowed my projector for a photo shoot, and I didn't really think about this at all, but they used it as a background. They projected the background for the shoot they were doing with the model. So that's something else you can actually do with this projector. And like I said, I'm gonna be using it to scale up my artwork, to do some video installations, stuff like that. But this is very versatile. So hopefully this video helped you out when it comes to figuring out whether this is going to be great for your practice, your art studio, your murals, your street art, all the type of work that you are doing in your career. So I'll do more videos like this, so make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you're notified whenever I do videos like this, and I will see you next time. Peace.